expands in the Tatashta Shakti, which is the living beings, the living entities. So then these living entities are injected into the material world simply by Narayan glancing over the material energy. Material energy is another potency of Narayan, but because she is in charge of manifesting the material universes, she is not directly a consort of Narayan. Instead, she becomes the consort of Lord Shiva, Maya, or Durga. So Durga then manifests all the material elements, the material universes, planets, stars, all that stuff. And then they expand into each and every universe, both Lakshmi Narayan and Shiva and Durga expand into each and every material universe as the spiritual predominator and the material energies which cover the spirit souls. So the spirit souls get a covering which is called a material body. And in this material, this tiny, tiny, infinitesimal, weak, delicate, temporary material body, what do? We try to imitate the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So pathetic. Really, it's so stupid. You see the people down at the bars, you know, the singles bars. They're drinking and like this, and then they're trying to imitate Radha and Krishna. I mean, really, it's just ludicrous. This is ludicrous because we are not the enjoyers. We are not the controllers. We are not the owners. We're not the creators. We're not even the doers. What to speak of enjoyers? We're not all cognizant. We're not even all cognizant within this tiny body and mind. What to speak of within all the universes, and so on, like Krishna is. So Krishna is the real romantic hero, and Radha is the real romantic heroine. And their pastimes in the spiritual world are eternal and wonderful, beautiful. And we should serve them, not imitate them, but serve them. See, and that is the ultimate meaning of this devotional service. So as long as we are trying to imitate Radha and Krishna, and make believe that Krishna, or God, is impersonal, and that we are actually God to some degree, then we're going to suffer. Because it's not true. It's not true. If there is really a God, God has to be, first of all, a person. And the proof of that is that we're persons. We couldn't be persons unless God is also a person. He may be more than that, but he certainly can't be less than that. He can't be impersonal. So, if God exists, then he must be all-powerful, all-knowing, all-wise, and perfect. So in that case, our relationship to him cannot be other than as a servant. This is so simple, it's so direct. That's the only possible relationship that we could have with God, is as a servant. So if God is real, then all this other nonsense that we're doing is totally illusion, totally ignorance. And this is why people want to have the theories of evolution and other material theories to explain away the existence that we perceive without having to accept the existence of God. They don't want to accept the existence of God. Because as soon as you accept the existence of God, you have to serve him. You have to follow his instructions. And his instructions are given in the scriptures. And what are his instructions? Well, to sum up in a few words, Sarva dharman parityajya, mam ekang sharanam vraja. Give up all this other stuff and just surrender. That will please Krishna. You just surrender to Krishna. Surrender means follow his instructions given in the scriptures. It's all there in black and white. Everyone can read it. But because we have accepted this nonsense idea that we are the controllers, we are the enjoyers, we're the doers, we're the owners, we're all this stuff that we're not. Maya, that which is not. Because we've accepted this, then we have to work so hard that we say we don't have time for spiritual life. We don't have time for self-realization. Well, what are we going to say when death comes? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time to die today. I have to go to work. Well, too bad. See? So the purpose of this human life is to approach God and to attain self-realization. What other purpose could there be? If God is real, then the purpose of life must be to understand Him and to serve Him. And the quicker we begin this service, the quicker we'll get out of this suffering in this material world. Don't think that, oh, I can wait. I can work now and save money and then retire, and then I can perform devotional service and it'll be all right. No, that's not going to work. Because by the time you go through a lifetime of this material nonsense activity, you won't be able to give it up. It will be too strong of a habit. You won't be able to change your mentality. You won't be able to change your consciousness unless you begin early. I have never seen someone who is brought up in this materialistic Western society successfully transition to being a pure devotee over the age of about 30. It's very, very rare to see anyone over the age of 30 stop all their material activities and just take up the activities of a devotee. I mean, if they have some family background in devotional service, if they're brought up in India or something like this, and they've been doing these things already in their early life, that may be one of the exceptions. That they can stop all their material work and just become a pure devotee. But it's very, very rare to see anyone, even with that spiritual background, over the age of 30 or 35 at the absolute maximum, to be able to stop all the material work and just do devotional service. These habits, once they're established, are very, very difficult to break. So don't miss the opportunity. If you are an intelligent young person and you have an inclination towards God and devotional service, then take the opportunity to begin your devotional service now. Begin learning and practicing these things now. And then in the future, as your pious credits build up, you will be able to gradually overcome material consciousness and make yourself a pure devotee. Then you'll be happy. Everybody's thinking, well, when I retire, or when I get rich, or when I pay off my house, or when I do this, or when I get married, or when I graduate from college, or whatever it is, then I'll be happy. No, you won't be happy. Because then there'll be another whole raft of obligations, material engagements that you have to perform. You get out of college, then you have all this debt. And you have to take care of that. Or you buy a beautiful house, then you have to pay it off. And in today's market, oh boy, good luck with that. So don't take this material path. Don't go down this material path. Instead, go up the spiritual path. This leads to actual happiness, because what we need to be happy is unconditional love. And only Krishna can give that. Nobody in this material world can give eternal unconditional love. Only Krishna. Only Krishna actually even knows the flavor, the particular style of love that each living entity needs to really be happy. Everybody else there is just guessing. And usually they guess wrong. Haven't you ever been in this situation where you're in a relationship with someone and you're trying to explain to them what you feel or what you really need, and they're going, no, I can't do that, or or that's not right, or blah blah. They're giving you static. Have you ever been in that situation? If not, then you've never been married. It means you have to compromise. And of course, we don't want to compromise when our heart's desire is concerned. We want the real, the thing that we really need, the emotion, the mood, the rasa that we really need. But we're not going to get that from ordinary people. We're only going to get it by serving Krishna. This service of Krishna is a great science, and we're going over it in great detail. We're going deeply into the science of rasa, or transcendental relationships. And we're finding that as we do, our own relationships actually become better. They clear up, and they're so much nicer because we understand what relationships are about. Relationships are about ultimately